赤く赤く赤く揺れて夢の夢の果て出会ってしまった運命が回り出す誰も誰も知らない秘密落ちて落ちて落ちてもう戻れない罪を刻んでも
Gamers and gamettes, what is going on? Tanek127 here, bringing you guys my first impressions video on the game Star Wars Battlefront for the PlayStation 4. I want to start off by just giving a hands up to Dice. This is an amazing shooter. Definitely, I think they released this at the perfect time too, because you guys know how like a lot of the shooters out right now are like, you know, future tech, you know, kind of spacey. You know, you got things, you got Advanced Warfare, you got Destiny, you know, you got Black Ops 3 coming. So, you know, them releasing another Battlefield that's like, you know, modern or, you know, old school kind of shooter wouldn't necessarily be something good to, you know, fight with what's out now. But I mean, what better to compete with, you know, space technology stuff than a Star Wars game? A Star Wars FPS at that. That is a classic that everyone loves. I do want to start off by saying that the game does feel somewhat like Battlefield. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, EA and DICE collaboration on it. Of course, you know, it requires that tactical, strategic team play. You know, especially with the kind of modes they got in here. You know, before you even jump into it, I would highly recommend, you know, just doing like survival or something to practice, because, you know, if you're not a seasoned like Battlefield or, you know, massive shooter type player, you know, if you're just coming into this like, you know, something from like Call of Duty or something like that, you're gonna have a hard time, because, you know, close up run and gun, you know, style kind of here isn't gonna help you too much. You know, it's more so, you know, about hanging back, taking cover, you know, popping as many enemies as you can from a distance, stuff like that, you know, breaching, clearing, you know, stuff like that, you know, stuff that really requires, you know, teamwork, strategy, and everything. Not saying that Call of Duty doesn't, I'm just saying. But anyway, the first thing you're going to notice when it comes to this game is the game is just drop dead gorgeous. You know, the graphics and visuals are just on point. They're all, you know, beautiful. You know, everything is, you know, smooth. The atmospheres are nice. You know, there's not a bland texture on any of these maps. And mind you, this is 40-player multiplayer mayhem action. There's not a bland piece of texture anywhere on these maps. You know, the sound is great, the voice acting is wonderful. You know, it's a great feeling. My only slight gripe is, and this makes me mad with a lot of shooters, and I know it's probably not going to change this. I hate how, you know, when you have two different factions, each of those factions start with a different gun. Like, you know, I like you know, how, you know, both teams can use the same weapons. You know, I kind of hate, you know, having a rifle with, you know, a fast fire rate and, you know, and low damage, then swapping to the other team, and I have to use a rifle with a low fire rate and high damage. You know, I'm used to one gun. You know, let me stick to, you know, that gun I like. That's, you know, that kind of bothers me with, you know, this game. You know, and it's happened in a lot of other shooters too. You know, I'm not gonna really knock off some points for that. The one thing I do notice in this game though is the spawns in here. They need some serious work. I'm not gonna lie about that. There was times, you know, where I was chilling in the enemy base and stuff like that, you know, and I could just freaking sit there, you know, and just, you know, sit behind them and spawn trap them. Mind you, sitting on their turret in their base, and smoke them with it all day. I got maybe, you know, 30 kills and 4 deaths that round. I'm not putting that match on here, you know, because I feel like that would be just, you know, disrespectful, you know, making DICE look bad and stuff like that. But, you know, things like that really need to be addressed, really need to be fixed. Another big turn on in here is it kept the, you know, the classic Battlefront way. You can play this in first person or third person. So, you know, so whether you're a third person shooter player or a first person shooter player, whether you like Battlefield or whether you like Uncharted, guess what? You can play this. You can get into this. You can play it how you want to. And that's, you know, that's the awesome fact. You know, there's no real, you know, sights down here. Everything's, you know, like a type of scope, which is pretty cool. It's real easy to aim. The hit detection's pretty good and pretty on point. The time to kill isn't bad at all. A lot of, you know, headshots and stuff like that on here are pretty fatal. even around the mid and lower body shots. People go down fairly quick in this game. Some the vehicles are they're all pretty good as well. I think they're balanced pretty well. I noticed a lot of people were complaining in Walker Assault, that the walkers are impossible to take. I don't find that to be the case. If you got your whole team shooting basic blasters at them, I noticed it, at least it looked like to me, it looked like the health of those things went down pretty moderately. It wasn't, dropping like flies or anything, but it was dropping, and it was just, me, two or three other teammates shooting at it, and the health of the thing was falling. It was coming down. That's just my personal opinion though. Maybe they do need to be nerfed just a tad, to make the games a bit more balanced, because I'm not gonna lie, the Imperials got the advantage that boat. Straight up. They have the like 2 or 3 walkers. They have the ability to use Darth Vader, and speaking of that, if you get Luke Skywalker, I'm curious to test the theory. I might test it out and actually make a video about it. Take Luke, jump on one of those walkers and slice it the hell up, see if that makes a crazy difference. If you can, because when the walker scene starts and the walkers are vulnerable, everyone's on your ass, so you can't attack those damn things. It's basically like dealing with a team deathmatch scenario. The objective is for everyone to kill you when those walkers are vulnerable. But anyway, guys, I'll leave the video playing so you guys can see the gameplay, enjoy the gameplay and stuff like that. But I definitely really like the Star Wars Battlefront beta. I might, check this out when it releases in November. But like I told you guys, I've been really hyped for Black Ops 3. But this is a wonderful, marvelous game. I would definitely recommend it to any Battlefront fan, Battlefield fan, any third person or first person shooter fan. Get it. I would definitely say check, or at least check this out. The beta's free for another, I think, 3 days. So on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. So be sure to check it out. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Imperials are taking that escape.